Sup shooters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from Revelation Music and it's called You Are Here. So without further ado, we're going to switch over to Spotify, we're going to listen to You Are Here and we're going to hear what we think. Oh, this has a very glowing atmosphere to it, doesn't it? That bass is luscious. Oh, harmonies, or rather harmonics. It's that nice kind of bass solo at the start, I dig it. Oh, this is the caliber that we're listening to today. Oh, glorious. Just stopping this to say there probably won't be a lot of complaints about this. It's already sounding like a major label production and everything's pretty much on point. So if you're expecting me to pull something out of the hat and be like, oh, this is terrible, it's probably not going to happen. I can usually tell in the first minute. But just listen to that vocal recording, it's so clear, man. And the amount of work they would have put into becoming that good of a vocalist is just... Alright, I get where this is going. The drums coming in, it's nice. Nice little bit of delay on You Are Here. Good job having these overlapping harmonies in the second verse. The panning for the drums is interesting. I'm not used to the snare being that far to the left, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just an interesting choice. I think they're trying to show it from a drummer's perspective. That's a very interesting choice. It's interesting because they've got the snare to the left, but they've got the hi-hat to the center. Alright. Yeah, I'm digging the tone of the drums otherwise. The songwriting is on point here. Like, all the different elements work really well together. It's persistently interesting to listen to. I haven't really got any complaints about it so far. Aside from like the position of the snare and me sort of questioning that as like a creative thing, but it's also okay. Like, this is nice. I'm loving how active the bass guitar is. I think that's something that should be celebrated. Often bass is just sort of left to sort of exist at the bottom of a mix to kind of just stay there and provide the foundation alongside the drums. But for the bass to be this active here is something I have a lot of respect for. Thank you for giving the bass guitar more than just a ground bed, you know? That guitar is pretty active as well, eh? A lot of dexterity on display. It definitely is like an acoustic performance. Oh, we got a bit of fix on those vocals, eh? Like a phase or something like that. Oh. Is that a key change? Is that a shift? Is that like a shift up a step? That's a nice touch. Oh, I'm getting that. I'm loving the vibe of that lead guitar on top. Oh, that guitar solo is pretty on point. I'm vibing with this, man. Hell, man, that was a sizzling guitar. So I'm sorry, I'm just vibing to the guitars. I'm a guitarist myself. I have a lot of love for that. Oh, that blues though. Oh, nice work on that singer there. That's ferocious lead playing. It's been I see what's happened there. They've been put down in the mix a little bit. Just because they're just shredding. That guitar is just shredding in the background. The vocals are obviously the focal point, you know? You've really got to be careful when you're playing guitar to not try and outshine the vocalist. And not that this has happened here. The singer's obviously very, very, very skilled. You know, there's a lot of love there from me on that. But that guitarist was starting to get to that point where it was like, yeah, you know you're a good guitarist. You know. And like, I loved the how they edged into the intensity and just those 60 like that did not happen straight away. The listener was brought into that. So there was that kind of decision for me whether to pay attention to the vocals or the guitar, and I was being led towards that guitar because it was changing and developing as the singer was sort of delivering those sort of hook lines. It's just about knowing where the focal point is in a song and where you want the listener to pay attention to. Find a light in your power. I mean, like, my understanding about what the lyrics are about, just as a first listen basis, is that it's about sort of like the glory of God and a belief in it, and knowing that throughout the struggles and despite all the kind of turmoil you may go through, for some people on a daily basis, God is there to support you and to lift you up and all that. That is my understanding of what the song is effectively about. And I think that that's a really positive message, especially for a lot of people who may not understand or may have lost hope because of the year that has passed. Happy New Year, by the way. Hopefully 2021 is a fantastic next 365 days for you, or 364 as here in New Zealand. It is the 2nd of January, so we're already right into it. I just think that there was a lot of really good intention in this track, and I think that they performed it at the right stage. If they'd spent another week or two practicing and rehearsing it, it might have been just like a tiny little bit tighter, but like almost to a point where it might have seemed a little bit less human. Do you know what I mean? I think that there were bits where maybe the bass didn't quite sync with the drums and like the fill solo or stuff like that, or the guitar parts and the vocals. And I loved how organic it was. I think that's a beautiful thing about music, is that it is made by people who have their own backstories and their own skills and strengths and weaknesses. And I think that when you try and cover that up by, autotune or whatever, it can kind of damage the experience or make it like a false reality. And Revelation Music have managed to create a song here which exhibits the best of their abilities and demonstrates a really solid understanding of how music works. And I also loved the intent. the performance, the production was really good. Don't get me wrong about that snare. I'm just not used to hearing it there in the mix. I personally would put it kind of near the middle, like maybe on a 5% slant to the left maybe, but that's okay. People mix differently. It's cool. And at the end of the day, these guys are the ones that I'm reviewing. So, Revelation Music UI here. Great track. Cheers for listening to watching my review of UI here by Revelation Music. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please do check out Revelation Music's various social medias and their Spotify. Stay cool, stay safe. Please also remember to support your local musicians at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.